Thank you very much for this invitation to participate in this interesting interview. My name is Themistocleous. I'm a professor at the Department of Digital Innovation. I'm a computer scientist. I'm also the Associate Dean at the School of Business of the University of Nicosia and Director at the Institute for the Future. Last but not least, I am the scientific coordinator of the first MSc in the world in the Metaverse. And before that, I was also the coordinator for the MSc in the blockchain. Regarding the Open Metaverse course, we introduced last year, it was October 2022, where we introduced the first of its kind massive open online course on the topic of NFTs and the Metaverse. This is actually a unique course, a course that focuses on the use of on-chain technology, blockchain, in combination with the Metaverse. So we're talking about a course that was delivered on-chain and in the Metaverse. As I said, the course was started actually in October 2022. We had a great success with, it was online, we had a great success with 22,500 participants from around the world. I think it was more than 130 different participants from 130 different countries around the globe. And the innovation there was that we focus on not using centralized university systems. So everything was done on a decentralized environment where the students, the participants register without giving us their names, without giving us any information related to them. What we did is to introduce an innovative approach where we design an NFT, and the students claim the NFT, mint it, and then they use their MetaMask wallet to connect it with our Metaverse platform. We develop a Metaverse environment, a kind of replica of the university in many aspects, where the users can enter into this environment and they can attend the courses in an open amphitheater like the one we have here at the university. And we also develop a lot of other buildings in that university where the students can visit. There are exhibition rooms, there are other areas where they can have a look. So that's it in regards to this environment. Basically, in that environment, we realize that there is a paradigm shift. We can see that compared to the traditional online training, where you have students connected to a platform and then disconnect when the class is over, we had a more, let's say, real environment where the students connected to the Metaverse, they stay there either before, they connected before the class, they stay there after the class, they hang out, they can talk to each other, they form groups, they can participate and discuss various aspects like the way of interacting in real life. So that was a very, very interesting one. That course, basically it was an introductory one. It focused on the NFTs and the Metaverse. So half of the course was designed to introduce the students to the NFTs, talk a bit about PFTs, copyrights and provenance in NFTs, generative art or art NFTs in general, etc., gaming NFTs and so forth. And then we moved into the area of the Metaverse, talking about various aspects in regards to NFTs and the Metaverse. The motivation, if would like to address this part of the question, was given to us a couple of years ago. As you know, we are pioneers in the area of blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and NFTs, and we have a lot of work that is done at the university in various areas of the Metaverse. For instance, apart from the NFTs, the digital assets, and so forth, other colleagues here work on AR, VR. They work on Metaverse applications in architecture and so forth. We also have the biggest VR lab in Cyprus, and all this in combining them with the rapidly evolving time in which the Metaverse is progressing, we realize that there is a huge gap here. There is a gap in terms of knowledge and in terms of education. So there is no course or no master program that covered this area. And that was a very significant area for us, not only the lack of it, but also the fact that there is a huge market in front of us. It is expected that by the end of this decade, by 2030, the global metaverse market is expected to reach around $5 trillion. So it's a huge area, and since we had all these capabilities, knowledge, and expertise in the area, we said let's combine our research and build this new program. Yeah, let me say the following here. Apart from for the MOOC in the NFTs and the Metaverse, we also develop a master program. And actually, this is the first of its kind. It's a specialized MSc program in the Metaverse. And this program actually is divided in two parts. We have the core courses that cover important aspects of the Metaverse and provide the students with adequate knowledge to understand important things related to the Metaverse, like NFTs in the Metaverse I mentioned before, what kind of technologies and applications and platforms we have, what about the relation between the open web architectures and digital assets in this environment, and also some others like extended reality, virtual world architectures, and of course the social, legal, and ethical issues in the Metaverse. So that are the core courses for the program. And in addition to this, we offer a set of electives. These electives come in two different pathways. The first one focuses on the Metaverse, and actually this answers to your question, what kind of skills the students can acquire after completing their studies. So the first pathway we offer is Metaverse management and business area. So there they can learn how to develop their tokenomics for their Metaverse applications, focusing on data science for the Metaverse, virtual economies in the Metaverse, also entrepreneurship and emerging topics in this area. And the second pathway that is offered through the program is a more technical one. And the graduates of this second pathway, they're becoming developers, programmers, IT experts, consultants in the space, etc. And in that second pathway, the students can opt for courses like virtual and augmented reality development, game development, Metaverse game development, user experience and user interface design for the Metaverse, and of course some other related to the smart contract programming. So all these are important aspects and cover different areas of the Metaverse. So our students can either opt for the one or the other pathways of this program. And so in brief, they can become technical programmers, consultants. They can also work in areas like management, business. They can develop the tokenomics. They can design virtual economies for the Metaverse. They can design applications or develop these applications or manage them. Sure. Augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, or even extended reality play a very significant role in the development of the Metaverse, but they're not the only one technologies that we use for building and running a Metaverse. We have our own classification in regards to the Metaverse layers. It is the 5 layers approach that we call it here at the university. And if we start from the bottom layer, we are talking there about the infrastructure layer, where we need to understand the basic technologies associated with the development of this environment. So there we are talking about the computing power, hardware, virtual machines, containers, network, etc. A layer up, we have the platform layer. This layer includes a number of sub layers, including the AI sublayer, where we can see that AI plays a very significant role in the development of the Metaverse today. You can see we can have AI generative, you name it, whatever it is. It can be NFTs, it can be experiences, it can be applications. So their role, the role of AI is very, very important in the development of the metaverse. We also have sub-layers there, like the creator economy, the content creation sub-layer. We have spatial computing sub-layer where we can talk about AR, VR, XR, etc. And of course, the decentralization layer with the sub-layer with the blockchain technology, the cryptocurrencies and the other tokens that we used, and the NFTs, of course, that we use to build and support this environment. On a higher level, on the top level, let's say we have the application layer, where we have the experiences sub-layer on the top, on the very top, where this is actually the layer where we interact. We have the application, all right, and we play a game, we go into a shopping mall for buying some stuff, etc. We also have the metaverse interaction sub-layer, which includes all the devices that we use to enter into the metaverse. So I'm talking about haptic devices, I'm talking about headset, smart glasses, other kind of devices, wearables, etc., that can be used to facilitate our interaction and can support this kind of interaction with the metaverse. And apart from these three layers, we have another two, which are vertical to the infrastructure that I mentioned before, and they cover the security and also the interoperability and the governance layers. So all these 5 layers are well described and analyzed in our MSc program. We can see that we have courses that are about AR, VR, XR, etc., about developing experiences through the software programming, or through designing courses, or we can explain the students how to use blockchain technologies to create their tokenomics, how to create their NFTs, their tokens, and of course we can discuss other aspects in regards to the governance of these metaverse environments and DAO actually, and concepts coming from the area of blockchain technology are very important in regards to the governance of this environment. Let me give you an example of how gaming applications operate today. We have the traditional metaverse gaming, and we have the blockchain-enabled or blockchain-based metaverse. We can see that on the first category, we have players where they can, spend some time enjoying the game, etc. And at the end of the day, they earn in-game assets. Okay, it can be, I don't know, some tools that they can use for their game. It can be some other assets that they can help them to upgrade their level, etc. But when it comes to log out of the game, they may think that, okay, I have earn a lot of this in-game assets. I have tools, weapons, I have vehicles, I have a lot of things that are all clothes or other things, and I would like to sell them in a marketplace. However, it's not possible. It's difficult to take out all these in-game assets and sell them in a traditional metaverse. And those who try to do it, usually they turn to go into the dark web, and there the situation is very, very critical, because you may be lucky and escape without any problems, but you may interact with hackers, with other people who may take all your possessions, virtual possessions. All right, so this is the situation with the traditional metaverse. On the other hand, when we talk about the blockchain-enabled metaverse, we're referring to a completely different situation. It's an environment where we can have NFTs, and NFTs can be used for anything in that environment. They can represent whatever you name it. It can be a piece of land, it can be a building, it can be fashion items, it can be shoes, it can be in-game assets, it can be whatever you like, all right? And once we finish our game, again, like the example I gave before, we can go to the marketplace and sell them, and then we can have also the opportunity to have interoperability between different applications. So the In the near future, we will see this kind of aspect, to be a very important one. For instance, we can transfer NFTs from one environment to the other. So we're not talking about closed environments. We're talking about open environments that can transfer their NFTs and their assets from one application to the other. In addition to this, we can see that a lot of the transactions are made using tokens, okay, or cryptocurrencies. And of course, these tokens are, in most of the cases, blockchain-enabled cryptocurrency. So here we can have utility tokens that can be used to pay various things that we have there for various things that we would like to buy in this environment. Okay, it can be clothes, it can be furniture, it can be a house, it can be in-game asset, it can be whatever. And of course, we can also use other kind of tokens, like security tokens, to do some other activities. And an NFT, a piece of virtual land, can be a security asset. So all in all, blockchain technology is well incorporated and used in the area of metaverse to provide unique opportunities. And because of its powerfulness, we can see here that there is a huge increase in the number of users because of this functionality that blockchain technology gives us. Now, the last part of your question is, if I remember correctly, was how do we integrate this kind of aspects in our curriculum? So yeah, there are courses in our program that refer and explain all these different blockchain technologies that can be used in the metaverse. We have a course set in the beginning entitled NFTs and the Metaverse. We have other course that focuses on open web architectures and digital assets. Others that discuss tokenomics and virtual economies or metaverse technologies and applications, and so forth. So there is a very good and a well-designed and balanced program that explain all the different aspects of the metaverse. It's a very good question. We see interoperability in two different modes. We have the technical interoperability, we have the legal interoperability, because this is a very critical aspect, and also from an educational point of view, we have interoperability and collaboration from different aspects. For instance, we offer internships and placements for our students, so they can work with companies, and they can do this on the metaverse. So companies that are willing to support our program and collaborate with us, they can join us, offer positions for their students, like the internships or the placements we have in other courses, but instead of having this kind of collaboration on a physical environment, we have it through the metaverse. So our students can join and can work for a company for 2-3 months, all right, for a semester basically, and this can be done through the metaverse. And in this way, of course, they gain practical experience. They, go in depth in terms of and enhance their knowledge in this area. Sure. We do something unique here at the university. Every week, we're trying to have a guest lecturer in our courses, which they share through these guest lecturers. So they share their experience. So we had top experts coming from the industry who communicate their experience with our students and explain how certain things were developed in the metaverse from their perspective. No need to mention the name of the companies, but consider the top companies in the space. They collaborate with us on this regard. In addition, we have students who they work for, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, let's say 25% of them, they work for startups, and most of these startups are active in the area of the metaverse. We have people who, in their everyday life, they design games or build games, or they create some kind of other metaverse applications, or do studies, real life studies for metaverse applications in various industries. Yeah, so there is a very good match in regards to this area. Now, regarding the experiences that we can have in Metaverse, students are free to select during their courses, and in the while they're doing their assignments in various courses, to select an area of interest. They may say, okay, I'm gonna develop a real estate experience in the Metaverse, or I'm gonna build a retail or a shopping mall. All right, so there is a range of up to 30 different applications or areas of activities that they can go through and select one of these and do their activities. Okay, they can build the experience, they can deal with the aspects in depth, all right, and they can end up becoming experts in this field. They also have the chance to do their master thesis and further and delve into further details in these areas. Yeah, so the list is an endless, it's a huge list, ranging from banking, from architecture, from design, from corporate education. We can talk about gaming, hospitality, tourism, not only traveling in real life or in virtual traveling, but also we can talk about time traveling. We can build application and go back and travel back in the past. Okay, you can visit Asian Athens, or you can build or feel the experience how it was to live during the Second War, or during the French Revolution, something like that. So we have all this kind of applications that students can select and go and develop their own software or build their own experiences in that area. Sure. The MSc program amounts 90 ECTS. So each course has worth for 10 ECTS, except the master thesis, placement and internships that have 30 ECTS. The rest, all of them are 90 ECTS. So the students have to complete 60 ECTS for the 6 compulsory courses, and then select their electives or a master thesis or a placement internship for 30 ECTS. All right, so this is how we the number of ECTS that they can collect. Now, in regards to the courses, each course is assessed differently, but in general we have a generic rule here where the exams of the course gain something like, give the students around 60% of the total marks, and the remaining 40% is distributed into interactive activities or coursework or assignments that they can have for this course. Now, each course, of course, it has its own criteria on how to distribute these activities, and the percentage of the marks, or the particular percentage of the marks they can gain for these interactive activities or the coursework or assignment. Regarding your question for the admission requirements and the whole process, basically the students need to contact or they can do it online on their own, or they can contact our enrollment team. One of the things they need to do is to fill in online an application form. And in terms of the prerequisites, that they have to have a bachelor degree and transcripts. They need to, because the course is the program is delivered in English, they need to have proficiency in English language. They need to write a personal statement. They have to submit their CV, and of course some typical things like scanning their ID or passport, one photo, and that's it. So these are the admission requirements for our students. We have participants from different directions. As I said before, we provide a program that can offer the students the business and management pathway, or a managerial pathway, or a technical pathway. So depending on the background, the first courses are common for all the students, so they can get the necessary knowledge to understand what's going on. So they build the foundations on how to do business in the metaverse, on how to run applications in the metaverse, etc. And then they specialize on the area of their interest. It can be management or it can be development. So depending on their background, they can choose to go the one or the other direction. And from our experience, we have students from different backgrounds. We have guys from computer science or engineering or information systems. We have guys, students from business, management, social science, etc. This is very interesting. As you know, our programs are not developed once and last forever. We are under continuous evaluation and improvement of the program. So this is one key factor that we always take into consideration when we build the program. And what we do here is we have our internal patterns of evaluation. So at the end of each semester, we assess the course. Students assess, the faculty assess also the material, etc. So we collect all this information. We do our analysis on an annual basis, and at the end of the third or fourth year, we submit. At the end of the fourth year, we submit a new application to the national authorities for accreditation, and this give us, because technology moves, give us the space to go through a formal reformation or reconstruction or restructuring of the program by introducing new topics, or during the this phase of the 5 years, we can have the opportunity to introduce new course, go straight to the accreditor of this program, which is relevant, the national authorities here in Cyprus, submit a new description for a new course to be included in this program, and then they give us the green light based on the justification we provide to incorporate this new course in the program. Regarding the evolution and how do I envision the future of the metaverse, I can see that there is a huge impact in our lives in regards to the metaverse. And some people say that we are more or less on the same pace as the internet. So imagine how internet changed our life 3 decades ago. Now imagine how metaverse will follow the same pace or similar pace to change our lives in the next near future. So we can see a lot of changes in our social life. We can create new opportunities. We can have a lot of impact in our personal life, in the work environment, but also new opportunities. And that's it. I mean, all the time this happens. You cannot stop the progress, but the only thing we have to do here, I think, is to consider any social, legal, and ethical aspects related to this environment. So, yes, continue and develop new applications, support our everyday environment, give new opportunities and new experiences to the people. But on the other hand, we have to be, concentrate on delivering something that is legal, is ethical, and is for social good. I think if we follow this pattern and develop smart regulations in this regard, this will help the whole environment, the metaverse environment, to flourish. And I'm sure it will be very, very helpful for many people who had problems for many years. Imagine we have people that they cannot move, but on the other hand, they would like to go holidays or travel to another country or visit a museum. With Metaverse now, this is feasible. They can connect their headset, get into the system, and then they can visit various museums, coach holidays through the metaverse, live without having any disabilities, etc. So it's a new reality and new experience for them, and help them to improve their everyday activities.